Hey guys, sorry I couldn't be live with you today. I don't know if Kristen mentioned, but I am actually going to be spending some time with my brother and my sister-in-law while they're here. He's home from the Navy and he's only here for 2 weeks. And I totally forgot that we had something planned for this evening, which kind of coincided with the director meeting. But Kristen kind of wanted me to hop on and share what our team is doing right now as far as recruiting. My team is just blowing up and I'm loving everything that we're doing. But for those of you who don't really know who I am, my name's Danny. I've been with Pampered Chef for just a little under 2 years. My 2-year mark is coming up here at the end of July. When I promoted to director, I fast-tracked in my first, I think, 60 days. And that's when, I've kind of been excited about recruiting since the beginning, just because I'm very passionate about helping others. So I feel like that's what has built my excitement and has also built the team's excitement. I am not so great with doing just like recordings. I love doing face-to-face, which is why I'm upset I couldn't be there with you guys today. But Kristen asked me to share a few things, like maybe some tips, some tricks, things that we're doing right now. One thing I will say that me and our lovely Trisha Lowe have been doing and challenging ourselves each month is that we have been challenging ourselves to re-promote ourselves every month. And by doing this, we're leading by example and showing our teams that it can be done. So if you're not challenging yourself to re-promote every month, I give you that challenge. And by re-promoting, it just means recruiting 5 people a month. Last month, I only hit 4. Kind of disappointed in myself for not hitting my goal, but it happens, right? So a few of the things that we've just been doing is I've been sharing from the get-go with like my brand new consultants that come on. I share the excitement about what building a team could possibly do for them. And by sharing the fast track bonuses, I have a lot of people right now that are very excited about possibly doing that. Even the brand new people who are like, I don't even know how to recruit. I don't know how to do this. It's really easy to kind of share your excitement if you are passionate about recruiting. And if you don't know where your passion is, like maybe sit down with Kristen and figure out like what parts of your business you're passionate about. Because in a roundabout way, if you think about it, any part of your business that you're passionate about, you can totally share with others, which can then turn into a passion of helping others find their passion with the business. So one, I would definitely say lead by example. If you're not recruiting, then you need to start. Building your personal business is going to show people that it's possible and they can do it themselves. I, throughout the month, share benefits of what being or what recruiting can do for you as far as like pay structure. Because if you recruit, you're actually doubling your efforts. Because if you're just a lone consultant, you're making commissions off of yourself. But by recruiting, you're also duplicating what is possible. And I always share this with everybody because sometimes people look at the pay scale and they're like, oh, 1%, 2%, 3%, it's really not that much. But I will forever remember at Kristen's recognition for promoting to exec when we all got together in Woodburn. I think it was Woodburn. Judy Joel was there and we were talking about the promotions and the duplicating process. And somebody had mentioned, well, how do you respond to somebody when they say 3%? That doesn't seem like a lot. And she always says a little bit of a lot is a lot. And I don't know why that stuck with me, but it has. And I share that because honestly, I'm at a point in my business where a little bit is actually a lot. A lot of my paycheck comes from my team. Most months, it's actually more than what I make as a consultant. So it's more than doubling my paycheck, which helps my family, which in return helps me share the passion for why I do what I do, because I'm helping others benefit with this business, as well as supplying a life for my family. So, and it does kind of help that sometimes I make more than my husband in a month. So it doesn't help his ego, but it kind of helps mine. So I share the benefits of having a team. I share the benefits of helping others. Like, my passion for helping my team has become part of my why. Like, my why used to be just to help my family, just to basically bring in an income and supply my kids with the things that they want and relieve some of the burden of the financial stress on my husband's shoulders. But as I started building a team, I started seeing other people having the successes and being able to pay for their grocery bill or their car payment, or if it's as big as their mortgage payment. I mean, all of those things, like, I have realized is so much more rewarding than just supplying an income for my family. So by being able to help other people that way has just become huge for me. I wrote a lot of things down because I didn't want to forget the things that I wanted to share with you guys. So another thing that I do in our team page is I do quite a bit of recognition. I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of a recognition junkie. So I love the recognition. So by doing that for our teams, we're helping build their confidence, and we kind of instill in them the things that we want them to be doing with their business as they're bringing people into their teams. And so I recognize for senior consultant, team leader, and as I recognize them, I'm also telling them, you're on your way to the next step of team leader or next stop director, or like all of these next stops, because we don't want them to stop at one goal. We want to keep them to keep going, right? The other thing that I wanted to share is sometimes we feel like when we share an overall goal for like our team and all of that, we don't know how to share it without sounding like it's all about us. Kristen has helped me a lot with this as far as like organizational goals. And if we share it in a way that we are saying like, this is our team, like we leave out I and my and all of those words, like everybody feels like they're part of it, just like Kristen has. I mean, I pretty much am not sharing anything that Kristen hasn't shared with us all because she's amazing. But don't be scared to share. Like, sharing is what has gotten me to the point that I'm at with my business, whether it's sharing what I'm doing with my business on my personal page, sharing in our team page, all the successes that our team's having. Sharing my paycheck every month has really been helping me get people, my dad just walked through and gave me thumbs up. Sharing my successes and my victories, whether they're big or small, you guys, like just being able to be home on a day where my kids are sick, like that's a huge victory for me. Some people might be like, oh, well, that's not a big deal. But in my mind it is, because one, I don't have to miss work. Two, I'm home and I'm present with my kids. Like, it's so much less stress. My husband doesn't have to stress about like, oh, well, if I'm at work and he has to leave work, like it's just everything. So share. Like, sharing is key. I 100% believe. Like, I don't know. I would say that sharing my passion, sharing my excitement, just sharing all the things with not just your team, but your personal page, like all of the things. That has been huge for me as far as having people realize that this business is about relationships. And if you aren't showing people who you are, then they're not really going to want to either join your team or follow you or anything. So building relationships with your consultants, building relationships with like your audience as far as Facebook. I know I'm kind of repeating myself, but these are the things that I've been pouring into my team on. You don't want to be just that person who is, oh, that's just the Pampered Chef consultant. Like, people want to be relatable. So share your why, and I mean, you don't have to share every day. Like, I don't share every single day on my team page, and I don't share every single day on my personal page. But when I have like that light bulb epiphany of like, oh my gosh, this is why I do my business, like I go on and share it. So the last thing I kind of wanted to talk about, and one thing that I'm going to attribute to a lot of the growth in our team right now, is the program that I am running. It's similar to a Director Bound, but we call it a Rockstars on the Rise. I'm actually running it with Trisha, and I have seen massive excitement for recruiting through it because people are excited to expand and build their business. I think I have 14 people right now actually in my Rockstars on the Rise who are wanting to further their business as far as recruiting and getting to director. I went to dinner in Hawaii on the last night of the trip with Judy and Kathy and an executive director, Becca Yan, and I believe she just promoted to senior exec, Love Carpenter. And we all kind of went to dinner and just got to sit and talk and like bounce ideas off of each other. And this is where I got the idea of Rockstars on the Rise, was from Becca Yan, where she has, it's like a 6-week program. So it's similar to a Director Bound, but they call it Rockstars on the Rise, which I love because when I was going through Director Bounds, after that like 4-week process or whatever it was back when I was doing it with Kristen, like I didn't promote that first time and it was almost like defeating in the back of my head. So not having that like director like expectation of like, I have to graduate this as a director. It just kind of helps build their confidence. And of course we talk about promoting to director while we're in it, but it's more focused on like recruiting and booking. And so the way I'll basically lay it out. So like the first 2 weeks is before it actually like fully starts, but you take 2 weeks and you do basically like 2 weeks focused on booking and getting your show calendar up to par. And you want by the beginning of the training to have your team or your consultants have at least 8 bookings on their calendar for the following month of the training, because as we all know, if we don't have the full show schedule, we can't promote to director because we just don't even have the audience and the potential recruits. And for people who are brand new, like it's huge to have that many shows, because if you're brand new and you get that many shows, like I don't know about you guys, but my first month I did like 8 to 10 shows and it lit a fire. And I'm just like, I can't not have 8 to 10 shows the next following month. So when they start out strong, they're going to probably continue strong. So in that first 2 weeks, it's focused on bookings. And then as soon as the training starts, you focus on all of the recruiting things. Like I follow Kristen's template basically for each week of the phone calls for her Director Bound. And people are just excited. And I don't do anything really scripted because I want my people to know that I'm very like just off script. I do so much better when I'm off script. And then it allows everybody to kind of chime in and talk about all the things that they're working on, what they're struggling with, but also working with them personally. But like I said, it's probably all the things that Kristen already tells all of us. But if you guys want to know more about like the Rockstars on the Rise thing, just let me know. I would love to share more. I just really feel like everybody's super, super excited. And that's where we've really seen the growth. But I am mentioning it to everybody. I don't pick and choose. I mean, a lot of the people who are in it are really, really wanting to further their business and they're excited about recruiting. So yes, I just like my favorite part about being a director is that I get to help inspire other people and I get to help them build their business and help build the relationships and welcome new people to our team, because I love our team. So I hope that helped, and I hope that's everything that Kristen had really wanted me to touch on. And if there's more, I would be happy to share as well. This is why I wish I could have been on live, but I will be hanging out with my brother while he's in town. So I hope you guys got at least a little bit of something from all of this. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later, and I hope that was good for you, Kristen. Bye, guys.